Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Rebel Racing Network. And here tonight we're at Apex E-Series, and it's the championship race. We got 4 playoff drivers set to battle it out for a championship. And tonight we're going to settle it all as we, man, what a great season. But going to finish it off here at Phoenix with about 16 drivers as we are getting gridded up right now. Hopefully, Trading Paints is finally finished downloading. It hasn't, but we'll get the grid up in just a second. But very, very excited. Had some things planned out to have for tonight that just didn't work out, so running a little bit behind trying to get it all going, but all right. Well, it looks like none of it's going to work, so we're going to go ahead and get gridded up, and we'll just let it go. Good way to start off a broadcast, but trying to get something rolling here. But here we have it tonight at Phoenix. We've got 150 laps to settle this thing and see who's going to be the playoff driver. Hate that didn't play out. Last minute deal that just took a little bit too long. Could not get it going. All right, well, you see Chris McLean is the Peg Leg Pole Award winner, not in the playoffs, but outside of the front row is Garrett Kinder in the 13, who is one of the final 4. You see the other ones right behind him, Chris Carroll, Aaron Adcock, and Chris Bedwell right behind him. That is your final 4. As we go down the old front stretch, start-finish line is on the other side of this corner. And, man, getting ready to see who's going to win this thing. It's going to be exciting. You see your playoff banners, of course, at the top of your screen. You got them highlighted, so you'll know who's who and where they are as we get this thing underway. Last race of the season here in Apex. I want to thank y'all for being a part of it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got 150 laps of white knuckle action this season. Get it done tonight as we watch Chris McLean get out to a quick lead. And Chris Carroll trying to clear the 13. 13 gets a run on the outside, though. No laying over tonight. I can guarantee you that. There won't be. Oh, and the 13 gets a little bit loose. And Aaron Adcock is getting loose down on the apron. Going to lose a ton of spots. Bad news for playoff drivers. You see the 13 get a little bit loose, and the 17 gets a little bit loose as well. On those cold tires, 17's going to have some work to do to get back up front. Tough deal for playoff drivers already. Guys racing hard. I was just about to get ready to say that there will be not a little bit of room given tonight for racing for a championship. So you can expect those playoff drivers to race hard back in front. As Chris Carroll able to get by the 95 and the 13 as the 13 bobbled a little bit, and so now he is looking to run down the 5 machine of Chris McLean. Chris Carroll looking really strong. Gets to the back bumper of the 5. The 5 not going to roll over. He was looking to win a race, and he's got 2 po-man teammates in this thing, so him letting Chris Carroll by, probably not in his agenda here tonight. Of course, I don't think, if this is the first race of the season, I don't think Chris McLean will let anybody by. So, I don't think the race has much to do with it. But I bet there's going to be a good bit of fight here in this position. As the 97 wants it. He wants to get away from those other playoff drivers in championship Final 4. And set sail. You see Chris Bidwell running him down. real quick, we'll go through the fields. We kind of missed the grid. That's my fault. But right now, Ray Rogers, disappointing. Wanted to be in the Final Four. Had a tough week last week. He's currently running 5th. Aaron Adcock has made his way back up into the 6th place after that near just a disaster for the 17. But he has worked his way back up to the 6th spot. Charles Stevens Jr., Tracy Passons, Willie Everingham, all running inside the top 10. Running 10th right now, Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Kyle Roberts right behind him, Matt Rogers in the 96 machine. Dana Shepard in the 43, Anthony McPherson in the 28, Alan Smith in the number 3, and Tony Edgerton bringing up the rear of the field. Now back up front, Chris McLean has started to pull back away as the 97 kind of got to his back bumper and tried to make an attempt at the lead, but not quite able to get it done. And man, look at these playoff drivers. They ain't playing around. I'll tell you who ain't playing around either is Aaron Adcock, who has made his way around Ray Rogers. And man, what a recovery there if you're the 17. I mean, he is burning them down, no doubt about it, but running fast as anybody on the track. So we'll see how big a difference tires are going to be here at night race, cooler temperatures, and the way the truck drives, tires may not be a huge deal. So get a little aggressive with them. Hopefully he didn't burn them up too bad. If he can get up to the front, he's going to need them. It's going to get harder and harder. Now all the playoff drivers running 2nd through 5th. I don't know why Aaron's name is not lit up green up top, but you know he's in the playoffs. So I said them all about the first part of the race. Just all going wrong. So that's okay. We ain't here for all the flashing lights, pretty colors, and moving pictures. We're here for the racing. Out for 2nd, still kind of. I mean, if you're all 4 playoff drivers, this is what you want. You don't really care about Chris McLean. You know, if I'm Chris Carroll, honestly, I'm in the lead. You know, Chris McLean can go off and he can lap the whole field. He can lap all the way. He can lap the whole field twice, doesn't matter as long as the 97 finishes ahead of all 3 of the other playoff drivers. So right now the race isn't with McLean. He's not trying to run him down. He's trying to manage the gap here between the other 2 playoff drivers and Chris Bedwell, who's right behind him. If you're Chris Bedwell, you're just biding your time. You don't feel pressure to get up to the 5 as well. So yeah, for those 4 drivers, the race, you have to race it differently. It definitely feels like. A little bit longer race than what we're used to, 150 laps. So going to be some really long runs, 16 drivers. Hopefully we don't have too many cautions, so we'll see some green flag pit stops. You know, the fuel run, we'll see what that ends up being. But right now, playoff drivers all kind of running nose to tail, which is what you love to see. And you expect to see that. Chris Carroll with 9 wins on the season. Just an incredible season. I think over 700 and some odd laps led, which is just a ridiculous amount. Looking to kind of finish off that what would be a pretty dang good season by anybody's standards. So if you're Chris Bedwell, who's had a really, really hot second half of the season, has found his way up to the front multiple times, has been in contention to win. The second half of the season, I think he's probably the hottest driver once we got over that mid-season hump. Garrett Kinder, hot always. Always seems to be running in the top 3 or so. And that Dobbin Store 13, Big Frig, I like that machine. But always in the mix, missed a few races that put him behind, but he was still able to get into the top 4 of that 17 machine with 2 must-win after missing in each round, the round of 12 and the round of 8, missed a race and had to win to get in and was able to do it each time at the cutoff race. Just an amazing run by the 17 as he is currently running in the 5th position. And he is in another must-win situation, most likely. Chris McLean out to lead. We talked about that already, but it's likely you're going to have to win this race to win the championship. that's your 4 drivers. That's kind of what they've been like all season long. Aaron missed a few races as well, but has sort of kind of like Chris Bedwell come alive the last half of the season and has been a threat to win multiple weeks. And tonight, I would say, is probably his best track. Definitely got a little bit behind there early, but you can see now he ain't playing around. They run these guys down from way back in the pack after that near spin, and so he's performing nicely. Let's go back through the field. Let's check out some guys that are racing. May not be playoff racing, but they are racing for position and deserve to see what they got right now. Looks like Kyle Roberts working on the back bumper of that 75 machine. Chuck started in the top 10, has dropped out. Dana Shepard was able to get around him. Chuck definitely doesn't seem like he is getting around this track the way he needs to. Going to need a little bit more time, maybe get that 75 machine. And you see him not using that apron, which is automatically you're losing a little bit of time, but some folks just don't feel comfortable going down the apron. It upsets the truck. It doesn't matter how much time you gain if you end up spinning out, so he is staying up on the track. But you can use the dog leg, so most guys are going to go down there. It's going to save you a ton of time. And you'll see right here, Matt Rogers goes down to the apron. We'll watch that. Looks like all 3 of the drivers decided to stay on the track, but it is good for quite a bit of time. Go up front here. Watch Chris McLean. Let's go on board with it. Cross that start-finish line. Dive, make it as straight as possible down to the apron. Just save a good amount of time. Like that. But McLean stretched out that lead a little bit, but it looks like Chris Carroll has started to maybe reel him in just a little bit as this run starts to go on for now 22 laps, 22 of 158, a long way to go. So there is so much left in this race and so much that can happen. As always, there's a chance of green flag pit stop, but there could be a caution. It could be a caution in the middle of green flag pit stops, and that could change the whole dynamic of the race. So if you're a playoff driver like Aaron Adcock, he's already demonstrated that he is here. He's here to try to get this championship, and have an incident, but you got to work through it. Got to get back up there. Got to fight. Got to be there at the end. That's the most important thing. So far, these 3 right here, Bedwell, Kinder, and Adcock, sort of close to each other, and then Chris Carroll about 1.1 seconds ahead of Chris Bedwell. Last couple laps, him and Chris McLean have run pretty identical lap times, so it seems like Carroll every once in a while will get up there and run about a tenth faster, and they start a sort of match after that. But Chris Carroll, McLean starting to pull away. Bedwell falling back just a little bit. You see 13 getting to his bumper. They see a change of position here as 13 is looking. You see that all the time. Issue 13 machine. So as we watch on board with Garrett Kinder, we'll kind of see what the tough thing about this track and this car combo. This track really fun with a high horsepower vehicle. But the trucks, you have to just keep as much momentum as you can, but you got to let it roll a little bit in the corner. And this corner right here is just the worst corner. You have to get on the brakes early. You see he's using the brakes to kind of dive it down the corner, get on the gas as soon as you can, and keep that momentum up as you go all the way down the straightaway through the dog leg and drive deep down into 3 and 4. You see, having to put a lot of wheel into it, so the truck getting a little bit tight here as he's trying to cut the corner of the exit. You see the 95 getting a little bit loose as he hangs the right rear above the seam. But you just see how hard it is to set up, take a pass. Just not a whole lot of off throttle time to make up for it. You're pretty much off the throttle and really right back on it. Check back here with Willie Evernham, Charles Stevens Jr. Good to see Willie back on the track. Had a couple surgeries. My man's a bionic man at this point. I think they probably looked down and said, man, you know what, this fella's brain not too much better. Might as well see if we can't transplant that as well. But glad to have him back. Right now he's under fire from the 88 machine. Charles Stevens, the top 8 playoff driver, just missed the cut with that win by Aaron Adcock, knocked him out. Had the points to get in, had Aaron not won, but still a really, really good season for him as they're battling. This is for 8th place. Go back up front, man. It is tight. Don't want to just talk about playoff drivers tonight, but man, they're putting on a show at the moment. Really being aggressive on the entry of turn 3. We see Bedwell using that sort of slightly higher line to be able to get a run off the corner that is pretty important. I tell you what, playoff races, especially the Final Four race, is one of those that's very, very difficult for teammates. You see the 17 and 13. They are teammates. It's going to be very, very difficult for them. You want to always give your teammate a little bit extra room, be a little bit patient around them. You know, if you're the 17, you might, hey, let's give 13 a chance to get around that 95. But tonight, you just can't race like teammates. You just can't. You race somebody too easy. You don't take every opportunity that you get. You're going to end up watching them drive off with maybe the championship. So you got to race everybody like they are your biggest enemy. And right now it looks like tires are the biggest enemy, as they seem to be falling off quite a bit. Lap times already over a second off after 33 laps. Garrett Kinder still trying to get around the 95, as all 3 of these drivers have watched Chris Carroll start to drive away now, as he is about 2.2 seconds ahead of that little group, starting to run down Chris McLean just a little bit. Check back here with Dana Shepard in the 43. Checked out racing. Machine looking to the inside of Willie Evernham, who's starting to fall back just a little bit. Going to lean on the door a little bit of the 43 machine. Get that run off. Protects that position. Very, very tight racing. Couldn't do that back in the early 2000s. There's some net code here, but boy, you do something like that, you're going to blow up and go to the moon. Love to see that. Leaning on each other, fighting hard. Gonna have to back off. Oh, Willie gonna get a little bit loose. So did the 43. Willie gonna give him wide berth into that corner. Dana gonna have a nice line down to the apron. Should be able to get at least a nose up. Willie gets a good drive off on the track. And they're going back and forth. What a great battle between these drivers. Willie gonna lean on that door again. The 43 gonna have to really pedal it, and not quite able to get it done, so he's going to have to jump back behind him again. Willie really using that outside line to his advantage. See, as the tires start to wear, that bottom line just not as good. Just the run that you get off the top side is just really, really strong. With the lack of power in the trucks, it makes it very difficult to really get a run on somebody that's any kind of meaningful that you can use. You see Dana definitely faster, just not able to get the run at the right time. Normally, as he gives him a bump down in the corner, getting a little frustrated here as they both go up into the wall and make contact. So the 43 gives the 91 a shove. Feels like he maybe deserved that spot a little bit. Decided to give him a little shove there going into 3 and 4, but both drivers keep it together. But yeah, anyway, it's really tough with these low horsepower type vehicles because by the time you get inside of somebody, you just don't have enough to go down in the corner with the high side working like it does here. It's very, very difficult to make a pass. Go check up here. There's sort of a little bit of separation between the three. Can't even get them all in the same camera as Ray Rogers starting to run down that 17 machine. Of course, 17, no doubt, is going to struggle here on a long run. Probably hoping for a caution at some point because really, really struggling here as he definitely had to fight to get back up there to the lead cars. And you're starting to see him fade just a little bit. But up front, got a battle brewing. Chris Carroll biding his time, has kind of gotten slowly but surely after about 41 laps coming to 42, getting to the back bumper of that 5 machine. 5 machine dangerous. As long as he keeps that right side not scraped up, keeps it clean. That 5 machine is a monster of a race car driver. But every once in a while he gets a little bit too wild, gets into the wall, and that's usually his downfall. But if he can keep it clean, he's got a chance to take the win. Kevin Kinder asked what the pit window might be. You know, I don't know. I have no idea. Usually at these shorter tracks, you can go quite a bit. So I'm going to say probably around 55, 60 laps. Maybe 50, don't know. If you're going to make a 2-stop race, you at least have to get to 50. So we'll see as they are coming to lap 44 right now. But I would imagine if it's going to be a 2-stop race no matter what, there's no way they're making it to lap 75. So I would imagine you'll see some people, especially anybody other than these 2 drivers right here, I expect to see them start hitting pit road around lap 50. But right now, Chris Carroll, Chris McLean, battling it out. McLean not going to give it up, man. It's just not going to happen. Not tonight. Chris Carroll, though, a very, very good race car driver. Has the patience. Definitely, I mean, in his position, the 5 fighting really hard. That's almost a beautiful thing because you ran him down. You know you're a little bit faster, so you can take your time a little bit. And he's in the championship position, so how hard do you really need to push? Is it worth putting yourself in a bad position to get this lead? You know, we'll see what he decides to do. Man, he's all over the back bumper of that 5 as to go down the dog leg. 5 going to dive down it. Looks like the 97 maybe trying to get to that right rear quarter, which would be a really smart thing to do to make this pass. It looks like the inside just not working. Going to go down to the inside. Try to get a run with the 5, looking strong. Looks like maybe the apron there. Maybe as the tires start to wear out a little bit, but the apron not as fast. Early on, it definitely is, but you see Carroll didn't really gain much down there. Well, what do you do if you're a lead lap car and you're trying to figure out when to pit? And see, we're navigating lap traffic now as they go past Tony Edgerton. But what do you do? You know, if you're Aaron Adcock, Garrett Kinder, Chris Bedwell, you got to go early. I'd say you got to do the best you can. Maybe get a couple laps of fresh tires and try to get a little bit closer as they are. You know, Bedwell 3.4 seconds out of the lead. Garrett Kinder 4.4, and Aaron Adcock 5.5 out of the lead. So pit strategy is going to be important here. The danger is if you pit early. You know, let's say they can make it to lap 65 or something like that. If you pit too early and there's a caution, man, it can really cost you. So, you know, I'm glad I'm just watching. I'm not not on the track because this would be a tough deal if I was 3 out of the 4 playoff drivers. But here we are at lap 50. We'll see if anybody makes a trip down pit lane. As we have been green flag racing for 51 laps. Been really good racing here as there's a lot to unfold. There it is, Garrett Kinder coming down pit road. Alan Smith coming as well. So lap 51, definitely going to be a 2-stop race. Garrett Kinder headed for the undercut. Going to try to get ahead of Chris Bedwell. You know, with dirty air kind of being sort of a thing here. Like I said, not being able to get on the throttle arrow is still important. If you can pass somebody in the pits, that's the best place to do it. So Garrett Kinder comes down pit road. We'll see if anybody else follows as the pit window is open. So a 2-stop race for sure. Aaron Adcock comes down pit road 17. Man, he was fast, dude. I don't know. Man, that is a tough deal there. Did he get down to speed? We're going to find out. I'm not so sure. He slowed way, way down. Pit speed is, it's like about 55 miles an hour. I don't know what's going on. Bedwell gives up 3rd place. He's coming down pit road. All right, looks like 17 was able to miss any kind of penalty. Like I said, he got in hot, but as soon as he comes down pit road, Garrett Kinder has blasted by him some 4 seconds, 4.5 now, as Garrett Kinder, first one down pit road. He's making up some time right now. He is going to be hammered down. And here comes Chris McLean making his way down pit road. Trying to show the difference in lap time between fresh tires and old tires. People are pitting. Let's go with Chris Carroll. +7. You see over a second faster. Garrett Kinder is all new tires, so he is scooting on those fresh tires. But as you see on the screen, Chris Carroll giving up the lead, coming down pit road. And you see Garrett Kinder going by right now. He's going to be up to speed. Is he going to be able to get that lead? He comes out and he's going to be able to jump over the 5 of Chris McLean. Chris McLean going to be a good bit faster, 4-lap fresher tires. I would imagine Chris being a lot faster. See what he's able to do, but Garrett Kinder, you see Chris Carroll coming out of pit road right now. Garrett Kinder does have the lead as Chris Carroll falling back quickly after staying out those few extra laps. Garrett Kinder, man, he is rolling right now. He's got to go. He knows he's got to scoot. now we know the target is 100 laps, so he's going to drive to 100, pit again, and go for the finish. He's going to have a hard time holding off the 5 for sure. Let's see what these drivers can do. Chris Carroll falls all the way back to 5th place, as right now he is on the back bumper of the 17 machine. With about 4 laps fresher tires. Man, Anthony McPherson getting a little squirrely, out of shape. Oh, a caution is out. Chuck Pegleg Phelps goes around on the backstretch. He's trying to get that thing going. Pointed the wrong direction as he goes a lap down. Ooh, that's going to change. I don't know what you do here. I don't think you pit. I don't think it's been enough laps. I don't think tires going to make that big a difference. But I'm going to be honest. Ooh, gets a little bit of that wall. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be good for Garrett Kinder, who came in on lap 51. Aaron Adcock on 52. You know, 3-4 lap fresher tires on track's pretty good, but with the caution coming out right now, and they're most likely going to stay out, those tires will get a chance to cool off, and I think that advantage will be a lot lower. Let's go back and see what happened to Chuck. Just loses it off of turn 2 on fresh tires, and just loops it. So 1-car incident. He is now back in the 15th position. Got a couple takers on pit road. Ray Rogers decides to come down and get 4 tires and fuel. You know, it'll be just a slight tire advantage. A little bit more fuel, he can make it a little bit further than some of these guys. So maybe a worthy strategy to try to stay out, catch a caution, get some of that track position back. But right now, your leader is the 13. Enjoying these caution flag laps here on iRacing. You know, in real life, it's pretty much similar the same way. I'm sure somebody can let me know 100%. But in iRacing, it's all about heat in the tires. The heat gradually builds and builds and builds. So you put a fresh set on, they're cold. They've been sitting in the pits. They're at a certain low temperature. And then you got to give them a couple laps. We saw Chuck Pegleg Phelps go around. Tire pressure's not quite up to where they need to be. Pressure in a tire when the air is a little bit cooler, when the tire's cool, they have them at low temperatures, so they might put, they might put 20, 21 pounds of pressure in the tires, and as it heats up, the pressure grows, and so to grow to about 25, they try to hit the sweet spot. But when you put a fresh set of tires on, you go out on the track, they start to gradually build heat, and they kind of stay there. They don't ever cool off because you're going around the track and you're constantly applying friction between the track and the tire. And so caution comes out, though. You get a chance to cool the tires down. You get to run slow. You're not putting as much friction, not as much heat's building in the tire. It kind of plateaus a little bit, and should help Garrett Kinder kind of equalize what difference may be in those tires. There's a certain amount of laps you can't really do anything about. You can't overcome that, but I think with only 4-lap older tires, I think Garrett should be able to neutralize that advantage. Chris Carroll, sort of a loser in that deal, just right behind Chris McLean for the lead. Stayed out a few extra laps and was right on the back bump of the 17 machine with this caution. And I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad for him. He may say it's good. Easy way of catching up. He didn't have to run them down. They're all right in front of him. So I don't know. Maybe he's not the loser in this deal. I'm sure he probably wished that caution would have come out a few laps sooner. Right now, your top 5, Garrett Kinder, Chris McLean, Aaron Adcock, Chris Bedwell, Chris Carroll. Your top backside of the top 10, Charles Stevens Jr., Tracy Pass, Billy Everham, Ray Rogers, and Kyle Roberts. Man, not even halfway, so still a lot of racing. But man, I can imagine this this restart going to be wild. If you can pass somebody right here, that's where you want to do it. Geico restart zone 13 going to go. Oh, Chris McLean doesn't go. That top line really bottled up as the 5 car tries to get down and lean on the 95, but not quite able to do it. 17 going to lose a spot from that, as he was not able to get going. Actually gave his teammate a little bump there and said, hey man, let's go. Side by side, 17 and 97. Fighting for every inch as, oh, we got a battle for the lead as Bedwell has gotten to the inside of the 13. Chris Bedwell pitted on lap 53, so about the same as far as tire wear goes, but man, 95 looking strong here. As everybody coming to life is Garrett kind of, man, look at this. All 5 drivers, 4 playoff drivers. Oh, the 97 gets a little squirrely. The 17 sees an opportunity, jumps to the inside, and now he moves up to 3rd place. Well, they are racing all over the place. 5 going to battle that 97, I would imagine. 97 not going to have an easy time with that 5 machine as he drives down into the corner. He is going to get beside the 17, though. Let's see what happens as the 5 is going to drive to his right rear quarter. That's so frustrating if you're Chris Carroll, but, man, I tell you, 5 truck not going to roll over. I don't care if you're in the playoffs or not. I wouldn't. I'm here to race. We want them guys racing. We'd have just 4 drivers out here on the track. That wouldn't be that much fun. So, got to earn it. You're going to be the champ. You got to earn it. What's the toughest thing is I feel like Chris Carroll has earned the championship. He has been far and away the best driver, but in this format, similar to the one that they do in real life, man, it just doesn't matter. You know, that gets you to the top 4, and that's important. But man, coming out here, you got to win here. You got to be able to win at Phoenix, or it's all for naught. You see the 17 looking to the inside, but Garrett Kinder fighting hard on the outside. It's going to be tough for 17 to make this. Oh, as he slows up a little bit, gets real slow in the middle of the corner. Don't know if that was intentional or was nervous about the 13 blinking out, but man, 17 lost a ton of time there. So I don't know what happened. Maybe got a little bit too hot. Oh, as the 97 gets a little bit squirrely, man. These guys are battling. Chris Bedwell, they're loving to see this as he's starting to drive off a little bit. Garrett Kinder, I'm sure he's like, hey guys, we'll take a break. Shit. Let's, oh, that 97 is super loose. He was drifting through that whole corner as he was trying to get some position on that 17 and slides all 4 tires for that whole corner. Able to hang on to it. We saw, I don't know if you saw the little avatar inside moving that steering wheel. He was going back and forth, back and forth. He is wheeling that thing. Right now, all playoff drivers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Chris Bedwell out to a pretty nice little lead here. 1.2 seconds over Garrett Kinder. Garrett Kinder's got his hands full from the boss man here in the Denver Mattress 17 Ford F-150 as he is back on the hunt after that initial bobble on the start of the race. Been, fighting his way back up to the front. After those pit stops and this caution, he's got new life, but that 13 going to be a hard truck to pass. '17 feels like he's a little bit faster, but it's going to be tough to make this pass right here. Yeah, 13 going to fight hard off the outside. We've seen that move a ton of times. So difficult to make a move off the corner. That's what's so difficult about this is you go down, you get that run through the middle off. You really can't do much with it. So you see Aaron Adcock trying to make the move into the corner, and that's even tougher. As, man, we're looking to maybe be 3 wide here. 3 wide for second place. The 17 going to be in a tough spot. Comes off the corner. The 97 is going to have position here, and he's going to have the preferred line, I believe, going into this corner. The high line looking too strong, especially when you're 2x2. And the 97 going to pull a car length. Let's see what the 17 does. They're going to dive down to the dog leg and moved the 97 up to third place. Now he's looking to the inside of the 13. We might be seeing a little bit of advantage of those tires. I thought with that caution. Oh man, we're gonna have a huge run from the 17. He tries to look down to the inside. Maybe gave up that run just a little bit, not sure. But we may be seeing the tire difference actually being a big deal, even with the caution. But either that or just the battling that these two drivers are doing up here allowed that 97. But he's to the outside of the 13. 13, though, going to squeeze him off the corner, but he does give him the burst too early to risk being put in the wall. That's for dang sure. Boy, if this isn't a perfect representation of the season so far, I don't know what is. Man, this is a blast. Oh man, Aaron Adcock in the wall, really overdriving that truck. He is definitely trying really, really hard. Still got a long way. We're just over halfway. Don't want to put that 17 in the fence like that, but he's going to lose a couple spots. Definitely feeling the intensity. Maybe a little bit of desperation there with that slide into the corner, just overdriving that truck. As you see, sees his competitors sort of drive off into the distance. Bedwell, still your leader. Chris Carroll has made his way into the second position. It looks like clean air just really, really important. So Bedwell able to get that lead early and was able to benefit from it. Chris Carroll a little bit faster. See, about a tenth the last two laps. Let's see, as they cross the line here. Ooh, 2/10 faster this time. So Bedwell burning the tires off. I don't know, but these guys are racing their guts out. As Garrett Kinder fighting hard. Like I said, just not going to be a whole lot of love tonight between anybody, friends, foe, family, none of it, because it is every man for himself here. 13 does not want to give up to the position. You see the 51 waiting in the wings. You let the 5 by. All of a sudden, you're going back 2 spots, sort of like what happened to Aaron. And that dirty air gets worse and worse. Definitely tell there's some overheated tires here. The 13 just struggling to make any ground here. As the 5's going to look down to the inside. Going to continue fighting, though. You got to fight for those positions. You can't let them up. Aaron starting to drop back just a little bit. He's actually was about as fast as Chris Bedwell last lap, so definitely still has speed in that truck. He hadn't gotten too much damage. Cannot wait to see how this plays out at the end of this run. About 17 laps to go before the pit window opens up for the last run. Got some guys, 5 jumps down to the inside. We're starting to see Bedwell start to back up to Chris Carroll, but also Carroll was backing up to these other drivers. Garrett Kinder hates to see that 5 jump down low, as man, they were starting to run him down just a little bit. Dude does not want to be battling side by side. Oh, the 5's going to get a little bit of that wall. Garrett Kinder running that extremely high line in 1 and 2, trying to get as much speed as he can. as they cross the line. Bedwell 28.28. Chris Carroll 28.17. Garrett Kinder 28.22. So Chris Carroll, fastest truck on the track. Ray Rogers came in on that last caution to get a little bit of fuel. He'd be able to go a little bit further. He's patiently sitting behind the 5 machine. Bedwell really falling off the pace the last few laps. Everybody in the top 5 or top 4 running similar lap times, but Bedwell about 2/10 slower than all of them. So he had definitely put some heat into those tires and maybe starting to pay for it here as we get close. Now, it's not the worst thing in the world. Even if Carroll gets around him, if he pits on lap 100, we're only 12 laps away. I think he'll still be okay because Carroll will want to go a little bit further. But that will give Bedwell the undercut. But Bedwell going to fight. You can't give it up here. You need all of that time. If you're going to pit on lap 100, you gotta make Chris Carroll pass you. You cannot give it to him. As Carroll's going to try to get up to the outside right rear quarter. Let's see what he can do. And catching somebody pretty easy, but passing them, man, that is so tough. And like I said, if you're Bedwell, you cannot give this position up. That clean air too valuable. He's on a little bit older tires than Carroll. But if he's able to hold off Carroll for another 5 to 10 laps and then come down pit road, I mean, that's a lot of time. Carroll could drive off a couple tenths a lap, could be out to a 2.5 lead by the time Bedwell decides to come down pit road. So tough call here, but Bedwell doing a good job of holding off a hard charging Chris Carroll. Of course, it is allowing Garrett Kinder, Chris McLean, Ray Rogers to sort of creep up into this battle. So I'm sure the 97 going to get a little bit desperate here, seeing those drivers get to his back bumper. He does not want a 5-way battle here for the lead. Drives down to the inside, going to try to cut the apron, maybe do a slide job here. He may get it. No, the 95 gasses it up, stays right there on the right rear quarter. The 97 has to really get out of it off the corner. The truck gets super tight. If he doesn't let out, he's going to run into the side of the 95. So Bedwell defending really well. Man, this is a great battle here. Expected no less. But what do you do if you're Carroll? You're starting to see your competition. You're starting to see another window banner make his way to your rear view, but it doesn't look like you can really do that much. As the run from the top side on older tires, really good. So really the only way you can do it is try to get a nice run off the corner, get to the right rear quarter. Can't do it here because you just cut the apron. But on the backstretch, maybe a good place to try that. Try to get a run on the outside. You're going to see him dive into the corner constantly. Trying to use the 28 here as a pick, as a 28 kind of slows up the 95. That may be what the 97 needs. Thought about maybe making it 3 wide. 95 is going to slow roll this corner for sure to get the better run off. But you see, you really can't get to the outside of the 95 here on this corner. So you really only have one opportunity to pass without making a wild move if you're the 97. And you see the 95, he's defending really well in this corner. It's really the only spot Carroll really going to have to get a good run off of that corner right there and get to the outside somehow. It's going to be tough. So you just kind of wait for the 95 to make a mistake, and so far he's been mistake-free. Oh, we might be able to get him here. Oh, he thought about it. He had a nice run. Was trying to sneak up to the outside, not quite able to do it, though. As, man, these guys are racing. I love it. That's what's fun about racing, man. Mind games, trying to juke the guy out, try to make him make a mistake. Chris Carroll trying to do everything he can to make this pass, but just not able to do it, even with a little bit fresher tires. Got a really nice go here as the 95 enters in pretty high, but you see the run off the corner. 97 going to try to lean on him, just not able to get the momentum off the corner. And now the 13 going to look maybe to the inside. 97 going to drive into the corner. Ooh, gets a little bit loose. Garrett Kendrick gets right to the back bumper, able to get off of it, though, so they stay straight. But that was almost a close. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. Something happened to the 95. Oh, they're 3 wide. Oh, and 97 going to pull off of the track, go right into pit road. Man, he is scooting. I think he made the speed limit, though, no problem. As he just like, I ain't doing no dang 3 wide, and hooked down into pit road. He's going to have the freshest tires. Everybody's got to come. I mean, you cannot wait any longer. You do not want to give Chris Carroll a lap or 2 laps on fresher tires. You got to come now if you're Chris Bedwell, Garrett Kendrick. You cannot stay out anymore, and they are coming in pretty fast, too. Let's see if they can make it. The first one is the commitment. Right there is the speed line. Looks like everybody made it, no problem. Like I said, you cannot give Chris Carroll 2 laps of fresher tires, especially when he was 3 wide for the lead. So they immediately come down pit road on lap 100. And now you're at the mercy of the dice roll. iRacing simulates pit stop times, and it could be anywhere between 12.5 to 14 seconds. Man, that can make all the difference in this championship run. Chris Carroll already back on the track as he is passing pit road entrance right now. Let's see if he's able to make it around and get ahead of these guys. Should be able to. He passes Garrett Kendrick, but Bedwell actually comes out ahead. Let's see what happens with this lap car. Oh, the lap car is going to box the 97 in. Little teamwork right there. I love to see it. Man, I love to see it. Carroll knows he's got to go. Bedwell fought hard. Now is his time to make the bottom work. The bottom will work pretty good. Let's see what Bedwell's able to do, though. Those cold tires are going to be tough. Oh, and the 95 is going to go around. Oh, they both go around. Both leaders spin out off of the corner, and the caution does come out. Wow, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Both drivers spinning out. Aaron Adcock probably cussing up a storm right now if he was that type of guy to use that kind of language, because he had just come down pit road after waiting a little bit longer than these guys. And right now you've got Ray Rogers, Willie Evernham, Dana Shepard. Ray Rogers currently showing as your leader, and those guys a couple of laps down. Don't know what happened to Garrett Kendrick. Looks like Garrett Kendrick caught speeding, so the 13 caught speeding, had a pit road speeding penalty. 55 seconds on pit road. That's a 40-second hold if you speed. Man, tough deal there for the 13. Ray Rogers is going to have basically a free pit stop. He's going to come down pit road and may most likely maintain the lead. We'll see as he does that where he ends up. But you see right there, Aaron Adcock, Alan Smith, those guys. Adcock a lap down. He's going to be stuck. He's going to take the wave around here as Ray Rogers does come down. see how it all plays out once everything is cycled through. A little bit of confusion here on what everybody's doing as far as pit road, but Ray Rogers does maintain the lead. So a very, very good break for Ray, who definitely had a lot of speed, able to stay out. I mean, the call to come in and get that little bit of extra fuel there on that lap 60 caution made the difference. He was able to stay out there, get that caution, and now he is in the lead. Alan Smith crashed. Let's go back and see what happened to Alan on pit road. Oh, looks like he just stopped to allow. Let's go back and watch that wreck between Bedwell, and you see these guys just driving as hard as they possibly can, getting on the throttle. You see the 95 just rotating, and so does the 97, and they both go around, and caution comes out. 95 probably thrilled as he got a good chunk of that front bumper mushed in. Assuming he probably came in and got that fast repair, and he did. Well, that is going to change up a lot of stuff. I'm trying to wait on everything. To settle. Looks like Aaron Adcock running in 6th, but he is the first driver a lap down, right behind the leader, Ray Rogers. What a weird thing to happen during that cycle. It really goobered up the running order. But right now, Aaron Adcock is leading the championship as he's a lap down. It's the first car a lap down, and he is leading the top 4 drivers, so he is in championship position. So it looks like it worked out pretty well as we're getting ready to go green here. Looks like, oh my goodness, it is wild back here with all the different, I don't know where everybody is. Ray Rogers, Willie Evernham, the 1-2. And then all these other drivers for lap down cars. Looks like Willie Evernham stayed out and pitted after the fact and held all these drivers that would have gotten the wave around a lap down. So, interesting call. Now, what that does do is that gives the 17 a little bit of an advantage here. And if the caution comes out, at any point right now, the 17 would go around the field with the lucky dog. So I don't know if that was by design, but you see Willie Evernham staying out and kind of trapping these guys a lap down. So I don't know. I don't know if that was by design or what, but or just a really lucky break that allowed the 17 to be in this position. So new life if you're Aaron Adcock. Starting to feel like maybe your championship hopes falling back a little bit. Now you lead the championship, running in 6th place. First driver a lap down. Like I said, if a wreck happens, which is possible, he will get the lucky dog. Oh, Charles Stevens Jr. gets a little bit wild. I don't know what happened there. He got a little bit loose maybe. It's 97. Chris Carroll goes by, sets his sights on the 17 machine. 97 just seems like he is not going to be denied tonight, as he is firing on all 8 to get this thing done. Right now it's a 3-truck race. Aaron Adcock, Chris Carroll, and Chris Bedwell. Garrett Kinder currently right behind him, but he is 2 laps down in the 13th position. He's going to need a lot of help to get back in this thing. In his eyes, the only thing he can do is just go, go, go. He cannot sit around and wait. He's got to drive this thing as hard as possible and hope that these guys get up here and get around Ray. I mean, a lot's going to have to happen for that 13 machine to get back in this one. Aaron gets to the back bumper. The 51 would love to get around that 51 machine. The 97 is coming, man. He is scooting here. Ray Rogers, I mean, Ray Rogers on his own lap, I think. We'll see as he gets up here. Evernham is 3 seconds back. McLean 5 seconds back. Those guys running. Here's Ray Rogers right there. Second place is way back here. Chris McLean a little bit back even further. Dang near 4 or 5 seconds off the lead. So Ray Rogers with a comfortable lead. Willie, while been really strong, has not been up front, has not really battled for the lead. So can't see it and say I feel I'd be too nervous if I was Ray. Got complete control of this race. And these guys, these playoff drivers coming really, really hard behind him, trying to get their laps back. Right now, Chris Carroll, in my opinion, in one of the most stressful positions. He is the second car lap down. Aaron Adcock, caution comes out, man, he is sitting pretty. But Chris Carroll, he has got to get up there and get around Aaron. He was hoping that Aaron would get up there and pass Ray, but that hasn't happened. Ray's really setting the tone here on this last run. And as the run goes on, the 17, he manages his tires well. May be tough to get around him as the tires start to wear out, as we're on 115 of 150. So right now, the only person I could imagine really nervous is the 97. He is begging these folks, please let this thing run to the end. Do not wreck. No caution, because a caution right now would be horrible for Chris Carroll. So we definitely don't want to see that. Definitely want to see him race it out. I want to see it go all the way to the end. I want to see a side-by-side door-banging finish for the championship. Maybe I'm a little selfish out there. Got a battle between Charles Stevens Jr. and Tracy Passett. This is for 9th and 10th. Tracy trying to get that Apex machine up in the 9th place. Speaking of Apex, I want to thank Apex Sim Racing Gear, ApexSimRacing.com. I want to thank Jimmy for allowing this league to use his name, give it a little bit of oomph. We're going to be talking about the series. But because of that, I'd love for y'all, go out there and get a button box, man. Go get something. Go get a switch. You like switches boring? You want a rocker switch for your, to turn, to flush your toilet? Well, heck, go over to ApexSimRacing.com and get you a switch. And get some. Tracy passes to the inside of Charles Stevens Jr. and able to clear the 88, move him up to the 9th position. As Chris McLean passes Willie for 2nd place, so this is 2nd and 3rd here, 5 in the 91. And they are some 7.4 seconds back from the leader, Ray Rogers. Man, this is a wild race. Let's go check out the championship battle. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on right here. Lots of drama. That caution really spiced it up. Last time by, Aaron Adcock a little bit faster than Carroll. Talked a little bit with Aaron. And I know everybody did. Everybody's going to say they didn't, You talk to them after the race, you're going to say, oh, I really didn't practice that much. These guys practiced. They've been in there running laps, testing, trying to find out what is the fastest way, how long can I make it on fuel, what do tires look like. All that stuff has been a part of this thing. And these guys are trying to put it to use right now. And man, it is getting down to the nitty gritty. Almost 26 laps left in the season. And man, here it is right here. Last lap. Chris Carroll about 2/10 faster than that 17 machine. And boy, that 97 looking fast all of a sudden. What is going to happen? We've already seen both two Chris's, Chris Bedwell, Chris Carroll, both wrecked trying to get around each other. And I can guarantee you that 17 going to be, we're going to call him Aaron Stonewall Adcock, I would imagine, because he is not going to move an inch. It's going to be a tough battle. If he's going to hold off Chris Carroll for 25 laps, he's going to need every single inch of that racetrack. Bedwell about 2.5 seconds back from these two. He is trying his hardest to get up there. He wants them to get up there and battle. Love for them to take each other out. That way he'd be in the catbird seat. But here we go. Man, Ray Rogers, man, he is checked out, so I'm not going to watch him too much. Ray, much love to you, brother, but this is where the action is. This is where everything is right here. You see the 97 drives deep into the corner. What do you do if you're 17? You got 25 laps to go. You know you can't let him go. How hard are you going to fight for this championship? 97, you see he's really arcing that thing down in the corner, trying to get as much speed through the entry of the corner as he can. 17. Hope he's not listening to the broadcast, but I want to say this with him listening, but you can't make a mistake. You just can't make a mistake here. One missed throttle point, one missed braking point, one four-wheel slide. That's all over. That's all she wrote your whole season. How much he's fought to get here. Two must-win situations to move on in the playoffs, and it wouldn't take but one little bobble here for it to all go awry. Same with the 97. 97, I mean, this is no easy task. He is running down, but he ain't going to pass him easily if the 17 doesn't make a mistake. So the 97 in the same boat. Doesn't take but one little bobble. And it is all over. And of course, I've already talked about how important it is for Carroll to get by him, not only for the championship, but also because these guys are the first. Aaron Adcock is the first driver a lap down, so a caution comes out right now. This is the most important spot. So if you're the 17, you got to fight. You cannot roll over at all. You got to door bang. You got to leave it all out there. This is the most important race on the track right now for the championship for sure. Ooh, Aaron gets dangerously close to the wall. You can definitely see he's getting all that he can get out of that 17 machine. The 97 with that run, able to get right to the back bumper. What is the 97 going to do? He's there. Man, my whole heart's beating fast. Hair standing up on the back of my neck. This is it, man. 20 laps here to settle the championship, and here's the battle right here for it. How bad do you want to win it? Who's willing to do what to make it happen? If you're the 97, man, 9 wins on the season. If you come home in second, the championship feels like it's all for naught. If you're the 17, you feel like you didn't even have a chance. And then you've fought your way, battling, winning races to get yourself in. And here you are, staring down the championship. And he's got the clean air at the moment. 20 laps to go, 19 as they cross the stripe. Both drivers doing a hell of a job. You see the difference in entries is the 97 really trying to put the pressure on him. He wants the 17 to look at him. He knows he's not going to make the pass there. He knows that's not going to happen. But he wants the 17 to have to notice him. Like right now, 17 just driving his own race. But the 97 goes down in the corner, gets a spotter call maybe to make the 17 think a little bit. That's all he needs sometimes to be able to get advantage. So if I'm the 97, drive down in the corner. That 17 really He kind of comes down to the bottom lane this time, doesn't want to push it. The issue, 18 laps to go, coming to 17. My goodness. I don't know what to say about these guys. These boys racing their guts out. I'll be honest with you. I'm feeling good if I'm the 17. I really do. Because I know it's going to be tough for – I just got to run my race. No mistakes. It's going to be tough for Carroll to make that pass. And, it's a one time that I'd be all right with a caution. I'd be tickle pink if I was a 17 and got a caution. So you don't really feel nervous. You're not – most of the time if you're in these situations, you're like, please don't let a caution come out. Please don't let a caution come out. And so you're stressed out about that. Also, you got the guy behind you really – breathing down your neck, trying to get around you. You just got so much pressure, but 17 has no pressure. I mean, he is in the best spot. He's in the championship lead, and also if caution comes out, he's going to drive around the field, get to make a pit stop, and, hasta lasagna, don't get any on you, the 17 is going to win the championship with those fresh tires, especially after how many laps we've run. So if I'm the 17, I'm feeling really good right now. Just got to hit your marks. You know that push is going to come. Carroll, really, he's way too smart. He's going to back off a little bit, let his tires cool down. He knows he's going to need some time to get that pass done. So you know it's not over. You can't relax. You can't let a tent go here. You got to get all you can get here. A caution does come out. Chris Bedwell goes around on the backstretch, and, man, I hate to see that. For Chris Bedwell, man. Let's see what happened to him before we talk about it. He sees the two leaders up there. He's right behind them. He's getting all he can get. Gets a little bit tight there. Going to grab a little bit of that wall. Goes around. Spins out. He's already used his fast repair. That's bad news there for the 95 machine. Just fighting, getting all that he could get, knowing that battle was going to happen sooner or later. But a tough deal. That fast repair is already used. Got a little bit of damage there. Ray Rogers coming down pit road. Aaron Adcock going to be your lucky dog. So we talked about it, that 17. Thrilled to see that caution. As look at there, he gets to drive on by the pace car. And, man, I hate to say it. But, man, that is a nail in the coffin for the rest of the playoff drivers. That 17 going to go around. He's going to get the chance to come in, take 4 tires. They last pitted, let's see, on lap, looks like 138 maybe? I don't know. I don't think he's already made his pit stop. Either way, the 17, you got to come down pit road. Got to come down pit road, get those tires. You're going to have a tire advantage. Chris Carroll comes down pit road as well. He's going to have to take the wave around, which would be very, very difficult. He would take the wave around and then be on older tires than Aaron Adcock. So really kind of a tough deal. He could take the wave around. There's a lot of things that are going on here. I'll try to explain them the best I can. With Aaron Adcock being the first car lap down, he gets the lucky dog. So that means he gets to go around the field, come into pit road, get 4 tires. He'll start at the back of the end of the longest line of the guys who didn't pit. Now, had these drivers stayed out with the lead lap cars pitting, Chris Carroll could have gotten waved around and gotten back on the lead lap as well. However, it would be a losing thing, a losing move, because he would be on a good bit older tires and be well off the pace of Aaron Adcock, and Aaron would be able to just drive off from it. He would be at a disadvantage here. Chris Carroll going to have to hope that he can get to be the first car lap down, get a quick caution, and get the lucky dog to get back in this thing. So a very complicated deal with all these different pit strategies, but the thing that's not complicated is that Aaron Adcock is solidly on the lead lap with fresh tires, and all his competition is either wrecked a couple laps down, or in the case of Chris Carroll, 1 lap down. Hopefully I explained that well enough. If you're confused, I'm sorry. And it looks like Chris Carroll will be the first driver one lap down. So what does this mean for Aaron Adcock? What is your plan if you're the 17? I can tell you what my plan would be. I got to go. I got to get up there and pass. I don't want to put myself in bad positions. I don't want to put myself 3 wide. I want to take care of this bad boy. But I want to get up there, and I want to pass a few cars. I want to pass Willie Evernham. I want to pass, as looks like Aaron going to have to let some drivers by. It's got to be the tail end of the lead lap. But I want to pass everybody for position that I can, because that caution does come out. I want to have as many cars as I can between that 97 machine. Green flag is out, though, for Ray Rogers. Talking a lot about playoff drivers, but we got some new life in the 5 machine. As you see the difference in tires. Chris Carroll back there fighting first car lap down, with the battle for the win right here. Chris McLean. Oh, my goodness. Dana, there's your caution right there, as Kyle Roberts doing the helicopter down the back straightaway, and caution comes out almost immediately. So, man, whew. Aaron Adcock crashed. What in the world? Oh, that was right in front of the 7. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even notice. The 17 was involved in that. Oh, my goodness. He is crab walking down the straightaway. The 17 involved. How in the world did he get involved in that? Oh, my goodness. Looks like he maybe got loose and just kind of turned into the... Go back and see from... Maybe he couldn't see what was happening. Wow. Unbelievable. Cannot believe that. I cannot believe that happened. As he was going low and then all of a sudden decides to go back out. Maybe just didn't know where Kyle Roberts was. And when he did that, caught the back end of Kyle and goes around, and significant damage to that 17 machine. Good grief. Man, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Go back and watch what happened that started all this. Is Dana Shepherd on the outside of the 97. Oh, and Dana going to get loose. Gets into the wall. Oh, man, Aaron Adcock going to be kicking himself after that one, as he had it cleared. I don't understand what happened. I think he just couldn't see. It's so easy for me to question it without being able to see what's going on. But, yeah, turns back. Maybe thought that Kyle was going to come down the track and didn't want to be there when Kyle kind of squirrely down the track. But, man, golly. You see Tony Ederson, Chuck Pegleg Felts, Alan Smith wrecking up there. Man, oh man. Aaron Adcock sitting on pit road. Fast repair looks like it was already used. I'm not really sure what he even used his fast repair on. Oh man, well, if you're an Aaron Adcock fan, it's just unbelievable. I can't believe that happened. That wreck there was just not what he needed. And somehow getting involved in it. Tough, tough deal. Well, guess what, boys and girls? Not now, Garrett Kinder. First in the playoff 4 right now. Now, I don't know how this is going to play out. Looks like Chris Carroll is right in front of him, but he is a lap down. I don't know, but with 6 laps to go, Garrett Kinder has 99 lap old tires. Or not 99, he's got about 40 lap old tires with 6 laps to go, and Chris Carroll is 1 position behind him, but he's up here. So he's got to go all the way around. Garrett Kinder a whole lap ahead of the field. And so somehow, with all this mess, Garrett Kinder, the hell's he doing? He's driving around the apron. I don't know what's going on. I'm so dang confused. Garrett Kinder driving off the pace. I guess he's just trying to stay out of the crap. He's waiting on maybe somebody to get up there to him. I don't know. Bedwell going around him. I think that's what he was waiting on, Bedwell to get back in line. So I thought maybe Garrett was trying to stay. But Garrett Kinder, I know it don't look like it, and you wouldn't believe it, but Garrett Kinder is leading the championship forward right now as he sits at the back of the pack after staying out a couple times. He's on really, really old tires. He does not want a caution. But 5 laps to go. I'm excited because this is wild. This is crazy. Ray Rogers with the lead, going to get a huge jump here on Chris McClain. That 97, this is his last-ditch effort. He has got to. Oh, the caution comes out. No! Why are we wrecking? The caution comes out. Alan Smith, Tony Edgerton wrecking. What happened here? Oh, the 3 gets loose on those new tires and involves the 77, and caution comes back out, and Chris Carroll is going to be the lucky dog, assuming he didn't make contact, but I'm sure he didn't. And Chris Carroll going to get the lucky dog here. He's going to go. Yeah, if you're Garrett Kinder, you got to come down pit road. And I can't believe you ain't. Garrett Kinder, why are you not coming down pit road? Unless he's out of tires, I don't know. But he last pitted on lap 99, so his tires are extremely old. And Chris Carroll should be the lucky dog here. So I think it was a mistake on the 13's part. Like I said, unless he can't be out of tires. He last pitted on lap 99. He's only made 2 stops. Somebody better send a text message telling him. Well, I don't know. We'll see if Chris Carroll's actually the lucky dog. I don't know that he is. So Garrett Kinder stays out on old tires. Oh no! I think that's going to be a huge mistake, as we're going to have a green-white checkered. Does anybody want to win this dang championship? That's what I want to know. So unless my pit thing is messed up, Garrett Kinder last pitted on lap 99. Chris Carroll going to come down, be able to come down pit road. He doesn't even need to come down pit road. And he's not going to, because he has fresher tires than the 13. And he is going to be. See where Chris Carroll ends up on the lineup, but looks like right now he's 1 truck behind the 13 machine. Now it is a green-white checkered. It's going to be tough, but golly, man, is this race delivered? I can't believe it. I'm gonna need a defibrillator after this race. '97 going to have to go to the end of the longest line. That's going to be the toughest thing for him, as he's going to have to line up behind some lap cars. But there's only 2 cars between him and Garrett Kinder, it looks like. Well, it looks like about 3 trucks going to be between them. So, man, there's going to be 2 green-white checkers. Let's see if this is actual green-white checker. This is 1 of 2. Garrett Kinder wants us to make it to the end, I can tell you that. What's the 97 going to do? Oh, my gosh. I've never been this excited for an end of a race. I cannot believe it's come down to this. I can't believe Garrett Kinder did not pit. I'm a little surprised by that, but it may end up being the right call, as we have to make 2 laps, 2 or 3 laps here on this green-white checkered. Ray Rogers is your leader. Sorry, Ray. Chris, I know y'all up here battling for the lead, but there's a lot going on, a lot at stake. So trying to keep an eye on that for everybody. Kevin Kinder says to get an O2 tank for Eddie. Heck yeah, I need it. Let's go. Green flag. Not going to come out for a whole straightaway. Get time to think about it. If you're 13, you're just saying, Charles Stevens, you got to go. Everybody get out in front. Get out of the front of me. Don't stop me. Don't slow me down. I got to go. Ray Rogers is going to lead us down for this first green-white checkered attempt. Get 2 of them. We'll watch the start. We're going to jump back to Garrett Kinder, see what Chris Carroll's able to do. And there we go. Good start. I don't know, the top line not going. The 13's like, guys, go. And he is bottled up here as Chris Carroll had to start at the very, very back. Garrett Kinder, though, up to third place. He is driving through the middle. Those guys seem to be really, really fast there, the 13 all of a sudden. I don't know. He's making those 99-lap old tires look pretty dang good as that 13 moves up into third place. Chris Carroll, where is he at? Oh, he's doing the best he can. He's driving the guts out of that car. Final lap, icing, APS Product Solutions, I don't know. But we're on the final lap of the season. Garrett Kinder with a 13. He is in third place, a good few spots ahead of Chris Carroll. And Ray Rogers, Chris McLean battling out for the win. They come to the checkered flag, and Ray Rogers is going to pull off the, oh my goodness, it was close. Pull off the victory. Ray Rogers going to take home the win tonight. Chris McLean second place, but Garrett Kinder, can you believe it? Oh my goodness, it's going to be a lot of whiskey drinking tonight as he was 2 laps down with a speeding penalty out of this thing. But that's why you keep racing all the way to the end. And the Dobbin Store 13 takes home the champion. Here is your Apex E-Series champion, Garrett Kinder, man. Wow. Woo. I need a cigarette. Garrett Kinder is going to burn down the championship. There's Ray Rogers. Man, would love to have been in this one in the top 4, but man, I tell you what, Ray, fantastic driver and a fantastic win. Way to end the season on a high note if you're the 51, and he takes home the win. But Garrett Kinder, your champion. Apex, listen to this. Y'all going to love this. I want you in chat, without looking it up. I want y'all to guess Chris Carroll, 9 wins on the season. Aaron Adcock, 2 wins for sure. He may have 3. Chris Bedwell, 3 wins. Y'all tell me in chat, how many wins did Garrett Kinder have on the season? Kai Shepard says 0, and you are correct. My man's Matt Kenseth here for this championship. Did not score a victory, which he probably would like for me to not say that stuff. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 0 wins, doesn't matter. He's got 1 championship, man. He is going backwards. All those wins, guys winning races. He had to fight and claw his way into each round. And here at the end, perseverance, able to take home the victory as he's driving around in reverse. 0 win champion. I don't care. I don't care how many wins. 0, 100 wins, doesn't matter if you're the champion. And that's the 13 Big Frig, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Dobbin Store, Ford F-150. That's your champion, Garrett Kinder, right there. Look at him. Well, man, oh man. Well, we're going to talk to, we'll save Garrett Kinder for the end. You know, I'd like to talk to all the playoff drivers, but I don't really want to bring them up here. If you're watching the broadcast and you want to, if you're a playoff driver and you want to talk to me, definitely send me a message. I'd love to talk to all the playoff drivers, but I know probably, you know, pretty dejected. I don't want to interview somebody who's upset and put them on the spot. So if you want to talk to me, send me a message. I'd love to talk to all the playoff drivers. If not, I'll take your silence as we'll let you off the hook. Well, let's go ahead and talk to Chris McLean, second place finisher. Hey, Chris, is Eddie in the booth? You got me?
I got you, buddy.
Man, what a crazy race. I'm out of breath. I need a O2 tank, Kevin Kinder said. And, you know, the championship hunt, wild and crazy. But, man, you had your own up and down race. Started up at the front, led a lot of laps. Got caught back there in the pack, but there at the end with a shot to win it. came up a little bit short. Talk about your race.
Yeah, man, we've been having a rough season. Can't put together, full races, having mistakes, getting caught up in wrecks. But yeah, I had my mindset on pretty good at Phoenix. Had my mindset on coming here and trying to dominate. And we put it on the pole. We did pretty good the first run. Tires started going away a little bit. I was a little hard on them a little bit early there, but was a little conservative getting on pit road. That cost me. Got back in the pack and didn't have the clean air, but it was just riding. I saved the tire a little bit better on the second run. I was really hoping to go the distance there, but Chris Carroll short pitted, so I didn't want him to get too far out where I couldn't catch him. So I come down, and then Ray ended up catching everybody a lap down. But luckily, we was able to get the wave around. Didn't have that many laps on our tires, and like I said, it was an up and down race. And Ray, I think, started in third there at the end, and I wasn't real sure on the new restart rules if I could beat him to the line or not. I should have just stayed in it and risked it. I probably could have won it there, but I checked the whole field up and the bike got run over. But all in all, it was a pretty good race.
Yeah, coming to the checkered flag, man. Just had one last little effort there and got real close. What did you need maybe to get that win and get around Ray there at the end?
Well, I think it just caught everybody by surprise, him, me, and the field. And like I said, I checked up to keep from passing him, and then when we were getting into the next corner, I had so much more momentum than he did that I actually ended up getting to the back of him a little bit. And I try not to race that way. I bumped him, and I actually got him a little bit loose. I was trying to let him gather it up, and I bumped him again just a little bit. So I kind of just checked up and let him get it gathered up and have a good race to the line. And I thought I was gonna be able to get under him. I seen him protecting the bottom, so I kind of tried to get the run off and ended up getting a little bit loose coming to the line there, and just couldn't put the power down.
Well, a pretty dang good race, man. I mean, you're a past champion. You ain't got nothing to prove. Everybody knows how fast you are. So I could definitely tell you just disappointed in the season, but um, I think that's what you need. Sometimes the motivation to come back next season and just clobber them. So you definitely have the talent, and tonight second place finish to end the season. That's a pretty good way to roll that momentum off into the next season. But congratulations on second place, a great season. And as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, Eddie, I'm glad you mentioned that because I tell all my teammates and stuff that seat time is key. It don't matter how good you are, and this season is a fine example of that. I just have not been putting the seat time in that I normally do. The practices, which I got a lot going on with my kids and soccer and stuff like that, and it shows. I mean, it's just been a disaster of a season for the most part, but like I said, just got to get back into it and get some seat time. But I want to give a big shout out to all the guys over at Po Man. It's a great team. Put forward a lot of effort, especially Aaron with the whole league. I mean, he just goes above and beyond to try to make this league what it is, and we got some good talent. Hopefully, we can keep it rolling in the next season. Jimmy over at Apex for helping us out the way he does. Big shout out to you, the broadcast. I always enjoy going back watching the broadcast the next day, and like I said, seeing what I did wrong or what I could have done a little better, or maybe where people were catching me or they were a little better than I was. It's always good to have that tool to go back on. Big shout out to my wife and kids, man. They're the big backbone of the whole deal, and all these competitors, man. Just clean league, clean racing, a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, great season. Looking forward to next season. See if you can get in there and get you another championship.
It's definitely going to be a different five car next season for sure.
Let's go. Come on. Well, all right. There's Chris McLean, second place finisher tonight. Uh, Pretty good season. Definitely could tell he was a little bit disappointed. Like I said before, if you are in the Final Four, Aaron's reached out to me, Chris Bedwell, Chris Carroll. I don't see y'all back in the thing. If y'all want to talk, man, y'all hop in here. We'd love to talk to you, talk about your season. I know you're probably disappointed, but we'd love to talk to you. Always good to talk to you guys. So uh, we'd love to talk to all the Final Four, but if you don't want to, you don't feel like it, man, I understand. But let's go ahead and get Ray Rogers in here, your race winner. Sorry, Ray, for making you wait. This Eddie in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, a good season, a pretty dang good way to end that season with a win, and some pit strategy and some cautions flying just the right way. I like that call to come down, get that extra bit of fuel. That's all you needed to be able to stay out a little bit longer and get that 51 machine up front and kind of control the race from that point on. Talk about your race, what you were trying to do there at the end. Hated to see that caution, I'm sure.
Yeah, even at the beginning, I don't know what was going on. Could not get up to speed. I don't know what was. I have no idea. I just could not keep up with them. So I just like, well, let's make a chance here. So when I finally got up there, it was like a whole different truck. It was just gone. It was set on rails. I don't know, and I haven't done anything different all night. But just being patient and luckily that caution I didn't go in with a caution and I waited and then put me out front with everybody a lap down, so that worked out as well.
Well, great win. Very, very fun to watch. I thought you had a really good managing that middle part of the race, middle part to the end, and fighting off a strong charge in Chris McLean on that green white checkered. Man, congratulations, a great season. I know you were disappointed not making it in the Final Four. I think this is a pretty good little notice to the league of how good Ray Rogers is. Come out with this win tonight and carry that momentum forward. As always, Ray, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs?
Yeah, first and foremost, Aaron for putting all this on. Also, our main sponsor, Apex Sim Racing. And I got a whole list here. Pole Award, Peg Leg, Starting Grid was Kinder Farm and Ranch, Paint of the Night, 1 Inch Design, Rec Replay, Bulk Harter Recycling, Hard Charger, Cal Roberts, Handmade Leather, Hard Luck Award, Trigger Time Indoor Shooting Range, White Flag, Absolute Product Solutions, and Post Race Interviews. Of course, Five Kings Motorsports. So there's a lot of people involved. So I thank every one of those. And yes, this was a very great season. It's a bummer I wasn't in it.
Well, all right, Ray. Well, always a pleasure to talk to you, and enjoy your off season, and hope to see you come back with a vengeance next season.
All right, bud. You take care, man.
Well, all righty. Well, let's bring in your champion, Apex E Series champion.
What do you know, baby?
Come on, Garrett Kinder.
Woo!
Man, what a race! I have high blood pressure. I've got diabetes.
Diabetes,
I
come on.
smell burnt toast. There's a lot going on right now internally. Here, I think my innards have come outside my body.
You and me
What
both, brother.
what a
God
wild
dang.
race! Perseverance, staying with it, keeping your head in it. Just you can't say enough about how important that is. And tonight, I think showed as that speeding penalty, man, just killer. Just like your balloon, you just let go of it and went.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't think I've had a damn speeding penalty all season. Maybe early on, and then all of a sudden I get this one, and I was like, of course, I finally figured it out on that run right before that pit stop, and I was like, all right, got things figured out. I can get up here and battle, and then speeding penalty. I was like, that's about typical. But hot damn, dude, what do you know?
Well, I mean, it's just unreal the things that happened. I got a little tongue-tied. Kevin Kinder said I need the O2 tank because there was so much information I was trying to give out. There was so much going on. My brain is melting and it's starting to leak out my ears. But trying to keep tabs on everything, and dadgummit, if I didn't look up and Garrett Kinder leading the Final Four. After all that, I mean, Aaron Adcock had it just locked up and then got involved in that incident and had to go and pit. And I look up and Garrett Kinder, after being 2 laps down, virtually out of the race, out of the championship hunt, was back in it with the lead and with control of the race. And man, you're able to get it done. How now? The question I do have for you, there
What's up, big
on
dog?
the couple restarts back, or maybe that last restart, you had a chance to go in and get 4 tires. You last pitted on, I think, lap 99, and you knew Chris
Yeah,
Carroll was going to get a lucky dog, and he was going to
yeah,
go around with fresh tires. What was
yeah.
the decision to stay out? It was the winning decision. What was the decision to stay out? Because I was pretty hard on you. I'm going to be honest with you. You go back and watch it. I was hard on you about that call, but it turned out to be the right one. What was your thoughts on that?
My thoughts was I wasn't thinking. At that time, I was trying to figure out where I was going to stack up in the running order with the championship drivers. It turns out I was up front, and by the time I realized I was going to be up front and I needed tires, I was already passing pit entry. So missed my opportunity. I think there was 2 times where McLean was in my ear saying, dude, go get tires. And I just moseyed right on by pit road.
Well, I was trying to send that vibe your way somehow. I was trying to click on your car. I was trying to say something. I was trying to yell loud enough maybe you'd hear it. But
McLean was jawing at me. He goes, if you lose this, it's on you.
Well, there was not enough laps and enough cars or trucks between you and Chris Carroll. He just wasn't able to get back to you. It turned out to be the right move, the winning move maybe. And man, I tell you what, congratulations, man, on the championship. We talked about it. You're the Matt Kenseth of the league now. 0 wins on the season, and that shows why. Even we have a win and you're in type playoff format. You have the win and move on in the rounds. Consistency, speed, being up front, getting those points, being up front, and being there at the end is so important. No wins on the season, but you champion.
Yeah, that's something that, man, I never thought would happen. I thought for sure that tonight was you're going to have to win the race to get it done, especially starting out. And it was the 4 playoff guys up front. We were all running pretty much nose to tail up in the front. And I was like, man, I'm going to have to get around all 3 of these guys to make this work. And, man, that ended up, the last 50 laps of that race was insane. I mean, I'm still I'm trying to play it back in my head about what all happened. I had decent short run speed and I could hang with dudes. And then I would fall off in the middle, and then I could pick them back up towards the end. But just absolutely nuts. I can't explain it. The series of events that had to occur for me to win this damn championship is something that shouldn't happen, to be completely honest. So, man, I'm super stoked about it. I am. I'm excited for that Apex button box. I'm excited for the Roberts custom leather wallet coming my way. I'm excited about all of it.
Man, well, you deserve to be excited. I mean, man, I just can't believe it. It's definitely not luck that you won. I definitely think there is a lot to be said in racing about staying with it, keeping your head down, and being there when it counts. And that's where you were, running in 3rd place when it counted, taking advantage of other people's mishaps. You had your own mishaps and you were able to recover. I mean, it's better to do it early than it is late, obviously. And man, you're living proof of that. So congratulations, man! Hell of a season. Way to bring it home. Definitely happy for you. I wasn't pulling for anybody in particular, but I'm happy for you. And so go ahead and hit the cork off that damn whiskey bottle. And
Oh, you're done. You're done about 20 minutes too late, brother. I promise you.
well, ain't no drywall gonna be safe tonight. Garrett
Damn
Kendrick,
right.
your champion here in Apex E Series. As always, man, here's the floor is yours, man. Who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs?
Man, I'll go through my list first, and then I've got a little bit longer. Hope you don't mind. Of course, I got to thank Kinder Farm Ranch Beyond the Hood. New paint scheme tonight turned out being a halfway decent one, looks like, as I was able to bring it home. Ratchet Speed Shop. I can't speak enough. They've been popping off in your chat all season. They've been sending me text messages and pictures and whatnot all season, congratulating me whenever I do well. So, man, just big shout out to both of those sponsors for me, my dad and Ratchet. Just outstanding support I'm getting from back home. Big friggin' Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot, I just messed it up, Eddie. That's the first time I've done all
Keep
season.
yourself hot, keep your stuff cold.
For cheaper and longer than anybody else.
There you go. Let's go.
Make sure you check out Big Friggin' Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com.
What about Ray Page?
He's a hell of a guy. No, you know him. He's a pretty good dude, Eddie.
Yeah.
Him and Andy both over there at Wolfpack Racing. Just excellent guys to know. Get to know them. Go talk to them. Man, I got to give a kind of a lengthy shout out to my teammates here. I started right behind Kyle and Charles right there on that last restart and took them 3 wide, and both of them were just 100% happy to just run their line, not get real anxious and try and overdrive anything going for the podium spot. So big shout out to both of them. I can't speak enough for Poleman as a whole. Super speedways to short tracks, mile and a halves, whatever it is. We've had a really good season. Big shout out to Aaron. Unfortunate end to his run. Like I said, he had it wrapped up and got tied up in that late race wreck. So big shout out to him for not only running the series but also owning the team that I'm on. So man, it's really something special there at Poleman. We have a good time. We cut up and laugh and all that good stuff. You know all the guys over there. So man, you know what it's all about. Got to thank all my short tracking guys over at Velocity Motorsports, Shock Eye Racing Performance, and Superior Performance Motorsports. All the series sponsors make this thing pop off. Peg Leg for the Pole Award. Once again, Kinder Farm and Ranch for the starting grid. The Paint of the Night from 1 Inch Designs. Burt Coulter Recycling Demolition. Kyle Roberts Handmade. I think I'm most excited about. I know that Apex button boxes are Cadillacs of button boxes, but I've been wanting one of these damn wallets for a while now. And I'll be completely honest, if I didn't win this one, I was going to buy one anyway. So I'm excited I get this one on the house and got one coming my way. Your old man, Trigger Time Indoor Shooting Range, Absolute Product Solutions for the final lap, and the Five Kings Motorsports for post race. Just outstanding. Can't say enough for Aaron. He's put together a hell of a series. Super competitive all through the year. if I could change one thing, I wish I could have won one of them. But man, this is still just freaking awesome. I'm over the moon.
Well, man, just a fantastic season, fantastic last race. I'm gonna be honest with you that if I was gonna go back and watch any of the broadcasts, which I normally don't, this is gonna be the one I'd love to go back and watch. I mean, just so much to it, and like we already said, stuck with it, and there at the end was in position, and you grabbed it and grabbed that championship. So congratulations, Garrett Kinder, your champion at Apex.
I appreciate you up to the booth, Eddie. Too. These broadcasts, go back and watch every one of them, and this one's going to be special. It's going to get saved in a special folder off on the side where I can go back and watch anytime I want to.
Heck yeah! All right, man.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Well, all right. Well, I did get one playoff driver back to me. Aaron Adcock said he'd hop up in the booth. We'll talk to the boss man. Aaron, this Eddie in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, Eddie.
Well, talk about your race just a little bit, and then I'll shut up. But I appreciate you talking to me. A tough deal there. Man, I think you ran a great race. You recovered from that early little bobble there at the start of the race. Took you most of the race, but that was how competitive it was, and was in a good spot there battling with Chris Carroll for that last little bit. But come up a little bit short. But I got to say, man, I'm impressed. I don't want you to sit there and have to relive it all, but I got to say, man, I'm impressed with how you moved through the playoffs, got all the way to the final four with being forced to win twice in the last two rounds. Got nothing to hold your head low about, man. It was an awesome season and a good way to finish it, getting that final four. Just some unlucky there stuff at the end, but. I want to give you the floor. I want to say appreciate real quick before you get started. I want to say appreciate you for bringing me on, man. I've had a blast. I got to say, this whole season's been amazing. This last race delivered on all the excitement. Got to say, I appreciate you thinking of me and allowing me to broadcast. It's a privilege and a pleasure, and I look forward to doing it next season as well. So, but anyway, man, floor is yours. Pretty good season, man, Aaron. I guess I'll shut up now.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, the playoffs was not what I was really hoping they would be until I knocked a win off at Kansas, and then things started lifting up, and then I had to go out of town on vacation, and had to do it all over again last week at Homestead, and was able to do that, and luck just ran dry. I wanted that caution to get back on the lead lap, and then once I got back to the lead lap, that's when just everything unraveled, and as soon as I got a little contact, I knew my chances were over because I had to use my fast repair because I tapped the wall a little bit and it picked my right front fender up earlier in the race, and I knew that was I was going to have to take my fast repair. That'd be the only way that I could maintain pace if we did go green, and that was the only reason I was able to hold Carroll at bay to be able to get the lucky dog when that caution did come out with about 25 laps to go. But yeah, just tough night. Yeah, I don't want to hang my head because I know that it took a lot to get here, but it tomorrow will be another day. I won't think about it tomorrow. But congratulations to Kinder. Been teammates with him for the last 3 seasons over here in Apex, and we feed off each other, and the whole team is right there with each other, feeding off of one another, and we help each other get better just by racing against each other. And shout out to the whole entire league for showing up each week. We're going to take a little bit of a break, so y'all try to find something to do with your Thursday nights. We're going to take a little break until probably February. We'll get a big announcement made up on our Facebook page, Apex Sim Racing E-Series Showdown. We're also having some tryout races coming up. We haven't nailed down the dates yet, but we will be doing a little bit of recruitment. We're going to try to get at least 30 drivers. That's about what we started with at the beginning of the season. So we're going to try to start there next season as well. Hopefully everybody will stick around all the way through the end. But yeah, I can't say enough about just the guys that have showed up and made this season what it is.
you don't have a league if you don't have drivers. And I'll be honest with you, I'd take this group of drivers any day. I'd go take them and put them in a race against you know anybody else's top 20, top 25. That's about what we had consistently. I'd take my top 25 guys and throw them in a race with any other league on iRace, and I can guarantee you that a winner would come out of this league. That's the quality of guys we got racing over here. So big shout out to everybody that shows up each week and races respectfully, races hard, races with passion, and all our sponsors, Chuck Pegleg Felts, um, Kinder Farm and Ranch, APS, Ice Solutions, uh, One Inch Designs, Burkhalter Wreckage Rewind, Kyle Roberts Handmade Leather, Trigger Time, and Five Kings Motorsports. Just appreciate all those people that have helped make this all be possible. Apex Sim Racing for everything that Jimmy does. Appreciate him letting us use his name and be a backing for this league. I think that helps this league a lot with the prestige, and people want to drive for sim equipment companies or any big company in the sim racing world. Like your MPIs and stuff like that. And so I think that helps this league a lot. So appreciate him for all that he does. And last but not least, uh, Rebels Racing Network. Best phone call I made last season was when I dialed you up and asked you if you wanted to put the steering wheel aside and uh, and come call these races. And I like to think you're the Mike Joy of sim racing broadcasting. So I appreciate everything you do and are going to continue to do for this league, and bringing it to all our great fans, and shout out to all my friends and family that were watching tonight. Come up a little short, but there's always next year. So, but big shout out to my wife and little girl, and for letting me take time away from them, and just all our fans. We appreciate it. We hope to see y'all next year, and hopefully we can put on just as good a show.
It's going to be tough to top this season. It's been a good one and a final race. I don't know if I've seen a better one, but yeah, definitely thanks for all the hard work you put into it, Aaron. I know it's a tough ask to run a league, deal with all the different personalities, all the different you know people getting upset with each other, having to play mediator, having to be judge, jury, and executioner sometimes. Put all the effort into the graphics and stuff that you do. It's a tough job and sometimes a thankless job, but I think you do a great job. But as far as the race goes, man, definitely don't hold your head, don't hang your head. Man, you've had to fight to get here, and just came up a little bit short. I think it was a hell of a second half for you. Looking forward to see what you do next season. I think you're gonna come ready to go, and we're gonna have we're gonna have a lot of people fighting for the championship next season. But all right, man. Well, good talking to you. Appreciate you coming up here and talking after the race, and we'll see you next season.
No problem, Eddie. Appreciate it, and thank y'all once again.
There you have it, boss man Aaron Adcock with some words. Puts a lot of effort into this series, man. So everything that's exciting, everything that you see, has a lot to do with the drivers. But Aaron puts a lot of work into it. And that's how you get what we got tonight, man. Just a blast. I want to say I had a really, really good time broadcasting this season. Hate to see that it's over. After that race, I want more. But sometimes a little time off make the heart grow fonder, and we'll be back and ready to go for next season at the start of the year. So, want to thank all our sponsors again, everybody that was a big part of this series. I know I probably struggled a little bit this season with the sponsors, shout outs, and stuff, especially tonight with all that was going on. But we have called them out plenty of times, but definitely appreciate all of them. And, like I said, a great season. Chris Carroll, man, I know definitely disappointed, hoping to get them up into chat. But Chris Carroll, if you go back and watch this, man, fantastic season from you. I think you were a gentleman on the track. You had some hard racing and was able to get 9 wins. Definitely not to be looked over with a fantastic season. just all the craziness at the end that playoff racing brings. Come up a little bit short, but man, just a class act in my opinion. I enjoyed watching you race, and I think you put on a great season. Chris Bedwell, man, it's always fun to race around you this season. We talked about it. Hard start to the beginning of the season, but man, came on strong at the end and was definitely in position to get it done. Definitely had a great season. 3 wins on the season. That's a pretty good stat. I'll take it anytime. So all 4 of the championship 4, all deserving, I think, all in their own ways. Chris Carroll with a dominating performance, a Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Larson, last year type performance, just dominating, strong everywhere we go. Then you have Garrett Kinder, who's sort of the Matt Kenseth. Couldn't get over the hump and get in the win, but just stayed in the fight and came out victorious of the championship. Chris Bedwell with that second half fury that came out and really started laying it down in the second half, battling for wins, and really came on strong in the second half. And then Aaron Adcock, man, the he just won't go away. Just missing races on purpose, I say, just so he can go out there and win when he needed to, and got the wins to get into the final 4 and had a chance there. So all deserving, all 4 of those drivers, definitely championship caliber. And then always everybody in chat. I want to thank Ratchet Miller, Kevin Kinder, the most. They are definitely the most vocal, most supportive. Definitely love to see their 13 win. Garrett Kinder. But definitely appreciate their support. They keep it fun, keep it light, and keep me honest. That's always super important. Want to thank Steve McDonald, who's always in here too, and everybody else that was watching tonight. All the family members. Hope y'all enjoy it. Always would love to have some feedback as we move forward. What do you want to see? What do you not like? What do you wish was a little bit different? Kevin Kinder, Steve McDonald, Ratchet Miller, y'all never shied away from telling your opinion. Let me know. If it's something I can do, I'll try to get it done for next season. Always wanting to improve if possible. But man, fun race. I'm definitely going to be on a high that's going to take a long time to. I ain't going to be able to sleep tonight. So a lot of fun. But anyway, we are going to close up shop, call it quits, put the mic away. We'll see you back in February. Y'all have a good night. Congratulations again to Garrett Kinder.